That was good. That stuff was. She whipped it up awful quick though. I couldn't believe how fast she made that stuff. I don't know where. I should let my buddy Gary know I was coming back on here, but I hope you can see me that I popped up again. Get a little stuff going. We got the dang. My goodness, it's not that long from now. You figure August, September, October, November. So 4 months before the election, and then of course won't be anything until January. And I hope he doesn't get offed. I hope they don't off him. You know, he sticks his head out, and I sure hope he gets his own people. You know, his people that he knows and trusts to watch him instead of the ones they got, because that was just such a total stupid thing that there was a guy able to get that, and people were even hollering about him. They should have got him out of there a long time ago. Hey, how you doing? Somebody's on there. They should have got him out, whisked him away immediately as soon as they heard about that. Instead, they held him there with his head wide open for the longest time. You know, jeez, just a real shame. But the news media was gushing over him because he was saying fight, fight, fight. Now they're saying they don't know if it was a bullet that hit him in the ear or if it was a piece of shrapnel or what. But how could it be a piece of shrapnel? What did the bullet hit before him? If you look, there was nothing there. Hey, Uncle Charles. How you doing, buddy? I was looking at my bike today. I got to get the oil changed. I'm going to have to take it for a ride here pretty soon, get the oil all good and warmed up, and get that oil changed out of there. I think I should be able to do it with my hands. It doesn't, doesn't look like it's going to be that big of a deal. I don't have any oil catch things, so I'm going to have to just get a cardboard box and line it with some big plastic bag to catch the oil. I always save the used oil and use it on the chain. You know, the chain's going to need lubed, so I had all that stuff in the Philippines, and now that I'm here, I don't have much of anything. I couldn't bring my tools back with me. I brought them there because I shipped them there. But they don't, they got Billy buying boxes going to the Philippines. They should have them coming back too. But they don't. I can't find anybody. They want huge amounts to ship stuff back from the Philippines. I had a buddy one time. He wanted to start a clothing line, and when we were checking on prices of shipping clothes to him, designs that he had, the price was ridiculous. I mean, he had been charging $100 a shirt. It was just so stupid that they don't have anything that goes the other way. But that's the way they do it. Trump ought to fix the Philippines pretty good though, because Philippines, they charge 100% tariff on like if you bring cars into the country and all that. That's why cars are so expensive over there, because the tariff is so high. Now China gets off. They get some kind of sweetheart deal. They don't got to pay that 100% tariff. And of course, you got your gray market too. So that's something. When I was down in Davao, those people are pretty smart. I saw a lot of dirt bikes down there. I mean, bunches of dirt bikes. I can't believe more people aren't riding dirt bikes in the Philippines. I just don't get that. They got these little Mios with these tiny wheels, and as bad as the roads are, you need a dirt bike. I love mine. I mean, we go flying over speed bumps and everything with my wife. When she's on the back of the bike, it actually gives it a better ride. It's a lot smoother. And we come into the parking thing. I don't even dodge the speed bumps. I just zip right over them, and it just takes them real smooth. And any big potholes or anything like that, it just floats right over them. So it's a pretty neat bike. But I was looking at the oil. It doesn't look real bad in it. It doesn't look like it's real dirty or anything like that. But I think I did a good job on breaking it in. I zoomed it up and then down. I'm not keeping it at a continuous. I think that's the bad thing you can do to any engine when you're breaking them in, is keeping them at a continuous, like a highway speed. You know, your rings are never going to seat properly. You want to go up and down. So I would zoom it up and then, let her go down. And then a couple times I did get on the freeway, I zipped her all the way up to 90 and then let off. Because I was right at the next exit. I would just do an exit at a time, exit hopping, and that's I think it broke it real good. The oil is perfect. It's not down a single drop. I want to get that dang center stand on it so bad it isn't funny. So it's going to make it easy to change the oil. Right now, I'd hate to be, trying to hold the bike up while the oil's coming out and the damn thing fall over on me. I'd get squished. It's a super, super heavy bike. I mean, if you ever want to buy a bike, that thing is heavy. I mean, it's just so damn top heavy, it isn't funny. Once you're on it and you're moving, that's great. I mean, the thing corners great. We got a corner here, and it's like 25 mile an hour speed for the corner. And you can see some cars going around it when they're doing 25. You can hear their tires squealing, and it's a little bit rough. I come through there the other day at like 60, right through that corner, and that bike just handled it perfect. It didn't complain or nothing. And I was thinking, man, I could have even done it even quicker than that. These tires that are on it, when they go, I think I might put the same ones back on. I might just go with the same dang ones because they grip really good. I don't think they'd be good off road at all, to be honest with you. I think they would be worthless off road. It isn't deep enough. If you want to go off road, you need a Dunlop 606 tire. I had a 606 on my Honda. I had that Honda 650, XR 650, and I had that Dunlop. And when you were driving on the street, it was weird. You'd be into a corner and them big knobs on there. You felt like you were going to go over, but it never went over. It didn't. It just feels weird. It's something to get used to. But then after a while, you just say, that's just this thing. But they wear really quick. If you drive them on the street a lot, they wear out real quick. I mean, they'll throw a big chunk off them and all kinds of stuff. It's a soft rubber. But I had that thing out to the desert a bunch of times, and it's a great bike. That was a super duper bike. And then that DR, I had a DR 652. That's a really, if you ask me, that's a super bike. I actually liked it better than the Honda. The DR 650. That thing, just the way it delivered power, it just seemed like it had more power than this one or the Honda. And didn't matter what gear you were in, you could take off and go. That thing just got up and went. And the suspension on it was top notch. Better than what I got on this one, I think. So, but this one, there's a couple things I want to do. I want to get one of them fork braces, because that front end, when you get into corners, it can get a little bit squirrely on that front end. And I was thinking of throwing a fork brace, so that's going to help that bike. Some bikes need it, some bikes don't. This one, I think, is going to need a fork brace. But it's kind of funny, with my back the way it is and everything, I can still ride the bike, and I'm glad. It's tough to get on, though. I mean, it is not easy to get on and off. If I put like a back thing on there, I wouldn't be able to get off the bike. That's how high it is. The seat's 37 inches. It's real high. So that's something else. So Uncle Charles, what do you think about our new nominee for president, old Camel? What do you think of that one? Let's see here. Let me look at some. Yeah, I see President Marcos. He's out in Manila touring, the flood and everything like that. I think he's gonna be a good president for the Philippines. I don't know about the vice president, but the president is. So I don't think him and the last president, I don't think they get along too well. Do dirty. So, but we'll see. We'll see how that works over there. Oh, is it good?
I don't know yet.
Okay, we'll give it a bite and see if it's any good.
It is.
Yeah, okay, good. We got this Meals on Wheels thing where they bring us food. It's not. My mother used to deliver that, and I remember that people would get some pretty nice food. Now it's box food. They give you these box foods like pot pies and teriyaki this or that. You know, it's Marie Callender stuff. So this message is held for review. What's that? Returns. Yeah, Uncle Charles. It's I'm with you on that. Yeah. I think he did that on purpose just so that they wouldn't try to put him out, but they did put him out. You know, the old guy was really slipping. It's a real shame. Now they don't even know if he's alive. And that last, if you ask me, I watched that real close. I put the screen sideways and I was watching that, and that looked like it was the way it was skipping and doing weird stuff during his broadcast. It looked like that was AI. It didn't look like that was a real, a real thing. Now him stumbling, the way he talked and all that, that made me start thinking too. Well, yeah, look at that. They wouldn't have done that. They would have tried to make him sound more normal, but who knows? Yeah, definitely a DEI hire. This diversity, equity, and inclusion. Yes, but I can't I can't believe that they would even consider this woman for anything. I wouldn't even consider her for dog catcher, although she probably could catch him because they'd be wanting to sniff her butt. You know, I don't get it. I just don't get it. But I'm still pretty happy. My buddy got me a real nice cup. I'm a coffee hound, guys. I can drink a hell of a lot of coffee. I just love this stuff. At the store we have down here, there's a. I can't believe all the Yeti stuff they got. They got the coolers and everything. They got a whole section that's just Yeti stuff. I can't believe the prices for these coolers. And they got some big coolers. I mean, I'd like to have one. They're really nice coolers, but man, the prices they got on them. And then they even got Yeti things where you can slip your beer can in. Remember those old little cool things that you put your beer can in? They got those Yeti ones. They have those and different sizes, and they got little tumbler ones, round ones. They just have a whole section up here that's fin, feather, and fur. It's called up here, and they got a huge section of Yeti stuff. And I'll tell you what, it moves. I mean, you see people going up there all the time grabbing it. Hey, Dennis. I seen Dennis on there. It just popped up. Where's he at? Yeah, Dennis from Pennsylvania. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Big Mike would be a better choice than Camel. That's for sure. Yeah, 100%. I'm serious. Jeez. And that's another. He wouldn't be running the show. It'd be his Manshi running the show. You know, Bummer came out and said that a long time ago. He said, "I'd just like to sit in my basement and run things from behind the scenes," and that's what's happening here now. He's the one running the show. Because Biden, I mean, that guy doesn't know his butt from a hole in the ground right now. I feel pretty bad for the poor old fart, crapping himself all the time, and it's just a real shame. And his wife, she's about half of a nitwit. She was, oh, and he answered all the questions. Oh, I mean, come on, give me a break. Jeez. Yeah, pretty much. I thought there was term limits for them guys, but I don't think Trump's going to have a hard time getting in. And what would I hope that if he does get in, he gets the House and the Senate, and these rhinos don't go against him. I would love to see that. Boy, talk about a man who could get a bunch of stuff done, and get it done in a hurry. That would be great. They need to get out there and drill, baby. And get the natural gas stuff going again, and all this. They just block all this stuff. They say we got so damn much oil. And I saw a thing online the other day where gas was like $1.85 5 years ago, and now we're $4.85. I paid last time I filled up the motorcycle. That's what I paid. It's almost $5, almost $5 a gallon over here. So now I did put a little higher octane. I had used. It said that in the owner's manual it says it takes just 87. But there were a couple times when I had it in the wrong gear. It was in second, and I heard that knock, and I said, "Boy, you can't have that." So I switched up to 89 octane, and it hasn't happened since. Even if I do goof up and wind up in second, so yeah, they're so full of crap. He left last time. They call him a fascist and all this stuff. They don't even know what they're talking about. These young college kids, they're so into this diversity stuff. They don't learn anything. They're mental midgets. I just shake my head. I actually had a nephew. He started telling me about high volt electricity. Oh yeah, well I know all about this and that and that. I said, oh, I didn't know you were. Hey, buddy, that's really cool. I didn't know you were. I thought you were a baggage handler. I didn't know you were an electrician. Oh no, I took a semester over it in college. Just stinking nitwit. I couldn't believe that when he told me that. He should tell me how to do a job. Just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, he'll go. He'll definitely go. I am surprised on who he picked for his VP, though. I mean, that guy, he's from Pennsylvania, and he's had trouble. He's had trouble in the past where he got caught with his fingers in the tills and stuff and had to put money back and all this. I'd have never picked him. Why Trump picked him, I have no idea, but I don't think much of that guy. People say, oh, well, yeah, he'll be all right. No, I don't think so. I wouldn't want him to be president at all. I like that Ramaswamy guy a little better than him. He seemed pretty good. He seemed like a go-getter. It's about time we get people who aren't politicians in there. Business people. They say the country's a corporation. Get a businessman in there to run it. Let's go. This stuff of where Biden, he falls into this stuff where climate change and all. Be honest with you, I don't buy it in the least bit. If you go back in time and you listen to this one scientist, he'll say, "Oh yeah, we got to warming," and then you go a little bit farther back in time, and another scientist says, "We got to cooling." Come on. I think that's the biggest pile of crap. They want to lower the CO2 emissions so that your plants don't grow and you got a big famine. These people are just about as nutty as a fruitcake, these globalists and all that. I'll tell you what, guys, though, I am not looking forward to getting this stem cell thingy. I don't know. They say it's really gonna do a good job on me. And I did talk to a senior chief when I was in the chemo thing, and he was saying, yeah, just go ahead and get it. He had it like, I don't know, 15 years ago, and he said, just get it. just get it because it really fixes you up. And but I just don't like the idea. What they're going to do is they're going to put a thing down right here in my shoulder, and they're going to come off of one of the veins off the heart and stick that in there. And I'm like, boy, that don't sound good at all. And before I do that, they want me to go into that MRI machine, and I couldn't do it last time, guys. I got a dang one of my vertebrae on my back is really protruding. It's sticking out about this far, and I can't lay on my back. I can't even on the soft mattress. I can't lay on my back. Right now, I've got the way I got the pillows set that I got it to where that's kind of free aired right now. What I'm leaning on right now, but any pressure on that thing at all, and it's just, I mean, it really hurts. And they don't give you any kind of cushion in them things. And there's no room. I mean, my nose scrapes on the top when I'm going through. I guess I got a long nose. But I told them, unless you knock me out, there's no way I'm going to be able to do it. And they got me scheduled for it. And what I'm going to do the day before that, I'm just going to stay up all night. And then when I get in there, they can give me a sedative, and I hope I can crash out through it, because otherwise I ain't going to make it through there. I never had problems before with this kind of stuff, but I never had cancer before either. I had a panic attack the other day for the breathing test. I couldn't get my wind. I was like that for a while, and the lady says, "Look, I can't do this test while that's going on." And I said, "I can't help it." And it lasted for half an hour. So, I guess I'm getting scary in my old age. It's a real bummer.
Papa,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have the Swedish meatballs tomorrow for breakfast.
Okay, put it back.
Swedish meatballs!
All right. Thank you, Bub.
Balls!
How you feeling, Maddie?
Good.
Come say hi.
I said hello.
Come say hi. Come on. There's my beautiful Maddie boy.
Hello. I said hello earlier.
Okay. What about you?
Hello, YouTubian.
Hello, you too. All right, buddy. Oh, beautiful baby boys. They're really something. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. This, they just keep wanting wars and fighting. I like the idea of Trump saying he's going to end them all. I don't want to see anybody croaking from these wars and stuff. And if and then what Biden do? He left all that equipment over there. Afghanistan's got all kinds of equipment now. He just left it there. That was a payoff, guys. Hey, Tia. Yeah, probably. That's probably what I'll do. I did one here a while back. This was a few weeks ago where I think it was like 5 hours or something, 5.5 hours. Just had plenty to say, and everybody was joining in on it. So that that was kind of cool. But yeah, I'll probably do that more than likely. Maddie's in here sleeping, so I'd have to keep it kind of quiet and keep the light out, so it'd be kind of dark. But you don't have to see my ugly mug, really. But that's exactly what my plan is for that test. Is I'm gonna just stay up so that I'm zonked when I go there. The other day, my goodness, they did my scheduling. The hospital over there, it's not the VA. It's another hospital next to it. And what the heck? I can't remember what it's called. But the way they did my appointments, and I didn't bring my walking thing because my back's feeling a little bit better. So I thought, no, I'll just walk. Well, they'd have one appointment here, and then I have to walk all the way to the other side. It took like 10 minutes to walk to the other side of the hospital. Then the next appointment was all the way back. Instead of having all my appointments over on this side and then going to the other side, no, it was like back and forth. And it was each one was back and forth every time. I must have put 10 miles on my butt. And when I was coming home, I got into the van. The guy had a Sienna van that was driving me home. I don't remember nothing on that trip. As soon as I got in that seat, I laid that seat back and I was out. He had to wake me up when I got home. He's like, "Hey, buddy, I think we're here." I'm like, "Oh," I just zonked. I was so dang tired from all that walking, and my back was killing me. And I was about that close to taking one of them pills, but I made up my mind I'm not going to take them. I should flush them. That way for sure I won't take them because they kind of make me a meathead. So, the stupid thing's going to keep falling over. Well, my damn hands are still bugging me. I want to get that center stand on that bike so bad. I've been putting off changing my oil. It doesn't look bad on the bike because I don't have a center stand. It's not that big of a job to do it. It's just I can't get my damn hands to working. When we were riding the other day, oh man, it just hurts so bad. It's not the left one either, it's the right one. I gotta get a bigger grip on there. I'm gonna, when I go down to the bike shop to get stuff done, I'm gonna have them put one of them big cushiony grips on there for my hand. So hopefully that'll help it out a little bit. But just trying to twist on there. You know, when we got home that night from going back and forth to the grocery store, I had Charlie horses. I was getting Charlie horses in my hand where my hand was locking up. Good thing it wasn't on both of them. It was just on the right one. And I'm like, oh gosh, this really blows. Hey, Maddie.
Yeah.
You want to do me a favor and do me a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
Okay, here's my cup right here. 2 scoopers.
Mhm.
Okay, thanks, Bob. I'm just drinking some instant coffee today. We got one of them Keurig machines. And I kind of like that coffee. This is the Dunkin' Donuts one. My sister hooked me up with that. And then they got the other one I really like is the Colombian. They got it's called Dark Roast Colombian. And that's a really good coffee. I had the espresso. And I didn't think too much of it. And then I looked on the box. And what you do is, when you're doing the espresso one, you just push the lowest button on there. And you just make a little bit. So what I did is I put, to fill up the cup, I did like 3 of them. And boy, I'll tell you what, that was a really good cup. That'll wake you up in the morning, boys. So that was pretty damn good. But I love this Keurig machine. And you can get some pretty good deals on it. If you go through Walmart online, I got 96 of those things for $24 shipped to the house. But Walmart did a really crappy thing to me. I had an item coming from this company, and it just never came. I'm watching the delivery track on there, and then finally it shows up that it's here in Cleveland, and then all of a sudden it's in California. They called it back. They called the item back. So I sent them a note. I said, "What'd you guys do that for? I've been waiting for this dang thing for a month now. Why did you take it back? Just send me my money back." Well, now Walmart said I denied the damn thing, and they blocked me from using them. They blocked me from being able to buy anything online from them. I said, "Well, how long are you going to do that for?" And they said indefinite. I'm like, "Hey, look on here. It wound up back in California, and they never gave me my money back for it. And then it showed that it was back in Jiangsu, China somewhere. So they got the dang thing back, but they never gave me my money back, $60. So I'm with Walmart saying, "Hey, what is this? They stole $60 off of me." They called the damn thing back. I didn't refuse the package. I was waiting for it. So Walmart there just must be a bunch of diversity hires down there too. I did see some people behind the desk with purple hair and stuff like that. I just shake my head. I don't know. Well. Okay, Tia, who you voting for in the fall? You for Camel? I'd walk a mile for a camel. Let's see. Don't mind me, guys. We had a pretty good day up at the park. Kids and I. Faye wound up walking up a little bit later. Couldn't decide what park to go to, so we went to them both. We rode the bicycles up, and We went to the big park over here. They played around for a good while. A lot of kids were up there. And then we rode the bikes over to the little park, and we stayed there for about a half an hour. Faye met us up there, but she's not too hot on getting on the tandem bicycle with me. You know, she's all worried about it. I don't know. Dorothy got on there with me though. Maddie loves to ride. Heck, Maddie and I, we rode from Tower in the Park all the way past Strongsville. It was 30 mile trip one day, because I passed the driver's place. I had to go up to the driver's place for the registration, and we were on the tandem bike, and I missed it, and we wound up in the town of Strongsville. And I said, no, it must be back. So we had to turn around. Come back, and then when we were coming back, I spotted it. It was real easy to see, but I went right past it, and but we did a 30-mile trip. Sit there. Thanks, sweetheart.
Welcome.
Oh, I love coffee.
Welcome.
Okay. Well, I see my buddy Gary did pop back on there. I let him know that I came back on. Not too many people here now, anyway. One. I don't get too many. Oh man, I see some of these. I saw this one fellow on here. He gets on there, and his main shtick is where he just cuts everyone else down. You know, this person's no good, that person's no good, and that's all he does is say how rotten people are. And he gets like 500 people on there. It's like, holy cow! Hey, boy, how you doing, buddy? Long time no hear. I was telling you, I watch your stuff, but I forgot my password, so I can't comment. They won't even let me do it. I can do a thumbs up, though. I always give you a thumbs up on there. But when I try to comment, it goes to this thing that says, okay, what's your username and password? Well, I don't remember what the hell that is. I think I set that up about 6 years ago. I don't remember. I had it written down on a notepad, but my notepad is gone. You know, I can't, since we moved, I can't find it. I had all my passcodes and everything on in this little notebook, and it always sat right next to where my chair was, and if I needed to get on anything, I would go right to the notepad. Well, when we moved, notepad is gone, so it's gone. But you got your turbo pizza cooker all done? Oh boy. Ugh. So, Paulie, you like your candidates for president? Would you walk a mile for a camel? Oh yeah, what'd you get, Paulie? I get my phone lined up here a little bit. I got a new stand for the phone. It's pretty cool. It works a lot better than the other one. Okay, where's mine? Did you see my shoe over here?
No.
Crap, what happened to it? Maddie, can you look on here and see where it's at? Oh, it's in the bottom. It's down here. I got it. Oh, I'm glad I'm here. Let's see what we got, Paul. Trump all the way. Yeah, I'm with you, buddy. Nobody else. Countdown Pizza as well as another company sending me one for free. Oh, cool. Well, you're doing stuff for them and rating them. Just something. Rate them honest. That's all you got to do. Rate them very honest. Pizza ovens are pretty cool, though. I had one that you could put on the stove. It was just a little, had little legs that popped out, and you laid it on the stove, and then had this thing you put over the top. when I was making my own pizzas all the time. I love that thing. It was the most perfect thing for making. It was better than putting it in the oven. I'll tell you that much, because it always cooked. I like the crunchy crust. I don't like the crust being like bread. I got to have a crunchy crust. And this thing was absolutely perfect. And you wouldn't believe what happened. Somebody came into my house and took it. Some visitor, a visitor in my house, took it. And I don't know who it was. When I went to go get it, and I'm looking. I'm tearing the kitchen apart. Where did I put that? I'm looking under the sink. I'm looking all over, and it was just gone. And I thought, wow, somebody stole my little pizza oven. And then I went back to the store where I bought it, and the guy said, no, no, that was like a one-time thing we got. He goes, we're not going to get those ever again. I was like, oh man, that was the best pizza cooker. And then after that, I stopped. I just stopped making pizzas. But it was pretty neat. It was a good gadget. Let's see what we got here. Athena, hey, how you doing? So where are you, Athena? Where you can use your swimming pool? It's cooling off here again. The kids and I, we've been going out at like 10 o'clock at night, and we've been taking walks. Let them get good and tired. So we do a big sweep around the area, and it's we've been having to go in and get like a little jacket or something. It's been getting really cool here at night.
Are we gonna go for a walk tonight?
Yeah, we're gonna go for a walk again tonight.
It's cold.
We went past the dumpster the other day, and Maddie got a really nice chair.
Should I
It's
bring it
just,
in here?
you can show them if you want. We got a really nice chair. Somebody was just they decided they didn't want it anymore, so they set it over by the dumpster. And Maddie said, "I want that chair." I said, "Grab it." And then Dorothy got this basket thing, like a dream catcher basket thing. And these people are cool. They don't like throw it in the dumpster. They set it there so that you can come and grab it. And they got the same deal here in the laundromat. If you got something you want to give away, but there's his chair. Show me your chair.
We got my chair.
It's a nice.
It's
It's solid as a rock. I mean, there's nothing wrong with. There's no creaks or anything in it, and he likes it. I mean, he loves that little chair, huh? You like your chair, buddy?
Yep.
Yep. So we drug it home, but I don't have any problem with that. Some people say, "Oh, you're a big garbage picker" and all this kind of crap and stuff. Well, you know something? You don't like it? Buy me a chair. you know. Somebody wants to complain. I had one guy got on here. You picking garbage. I can't believe you're doing that. One man's trash is another man's treasure. People throw some good stuff out. We got a vacuum cleaner. Well, we actually got more than one vacuum cleaner. We got a sewing machine. This one little vacuum cleaner I got, it's a dandy. It's a really nice little vacuum cleaner. It's even got a little brush. It's kind of like one of them ones you use in the car, but it's got a big handle on it. It's actually got a brush that spins, and for just quick stuff around the house, I use it in here. Show them that, Maddie. Show them the vacuum cleaner I got. It's right around the corner in the closet. I'll show you this, and there's nothing wrong with it.
It's completely for free.
Look at that. Look at that nice little vacuum cleaner. And somebody just didn't want it. We got a sewing machine for Dorothy. She's really into the crochet and sewing. And when I was over at the other place, the neighbor girl looked at it, and I noticed she had a sewing machine in her house. And I said, "Can you look at this thing and tell me if it's any good?" And she said it's missing one piece. And she says you can go down to any Joann Fabrics, or you can go down anywhere and you can get that. It's like a standard piece. But she said it won't work until you get that. Some kind of bobbin thing. I don't remember what she called it, but I would love to take it up to a sewing machine place and have them just look it over and get it working, because I'd like Dorothy to be able to use it. I've been to Cape Cod. I had an uncle that lived there, and I went out there to visit him. And man, did he had a nice place. But the Federales down there, I went there. I was in an old. I had at the time, I had an old kind of beat up station wagon, 67 Catalina wagon. And the paint was faded on it. There was no rust holes in it at all. They had a 409 in it, and it was a painter's car. And oh gosh dang, I got pulled over like 3 times. What are you doing here? What are you doing? I'm going to visit my uncle. Who's your uncle? You know, they really gave me the third degree, and then they finally let me go, and I started driving up the street, and then another one got me. So I didn't dig that place, and I only went to visit him one time. But boy, did he have a fabulous place. He had a wife that was a school teacher, and I never got along with that one much. But my uncle, he was a really cool guy. Yeah, no kidding, Paulie. But yeah, we had, if you look at stuff around here, a lot of it came from, people just don't want it. They move out, and it's not like they're throwing it inside the dumpster. They're just setting it by there, and there the one time, and I couldn't do it. My back was out so bad, and I couldn't get any help. There was a couch set, all leather. I mean, this thing when it was brand new had to cost about $5,000. It was a couch, a love seat, and a chair. And there was a coffee table that went with it with red trim around it. The only thing wrong with it, it was red. It was like a candy apple red color, and I couldn't get anyone to help me bring it in the house. I mean, it was nice, but I did go through it, and I found about $10. You know, I found $10 in it because I stuck my hand down in the cushions, and I'm feeling around in there, pulling it apart, looking, and I got all kinds of quarters and change and all kinds of stuff out of that thing. But there was no way that remember that red couch we saw, Maddie?
Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't get that.
It's too heavy.
I didn't know what apartment Gilbert lived in. He probably would have helped me if I could have found him. But I'd have loved to have that furniture. Oh my goodness. Even the chair, just to tilt the chair over, it was solid. And I was looking underneath. It was all maple, tongue and groove maple. It was a super expensive set, and they just put it outside by the dumpster. They didn't want it no more. Yeah. Yeah, Cape Cod is a really beautiful area. That's very nice up there. But I was only up there one time, and the cops wasn't liking me too much. Yeah, I used to do garage sales and all kinds of stuff. One time I was wanting a wind up clock, like a West clock. And I'm looking in the store, and they're wanting $40 for these things anymore, for the little West clocks. I had one for years and years, and it finally gave up the ghost. And I never got it fixed. It probably would have cost me more to fix it than a new one. And then I was going by a yard sale one day, and I'm looking around, and there's a West clock right there. I got it for $0.25. I talked her down from $1 to $0.25, and I had a blast. But I got so much stuff. But around here, I haven't seen this whole summer. I've hardly seen any yard sales or garage sales. I even look, because I would love to take Faye to some of those, just to see the stuff. The only problem is we don't have a car. That's our major bummer right now. And I keep thinking if we're out on the motorcycle and somebody mows us down, we're going to leave a bunch of orphans. So it's kind of, for me, it's a little bit nerve wracking for her and I to go on the bike. I'm like more than cautious. If I see a group of traffic, I just slow down to almost nothing and just let them go by. I just don't want to have any kind of accident where, like I say, we leave our little kids orphans or anything like that. I'm not as good a rider as I used to be. I don't think. I'm just a little bit scary anymore, because these people around here, the cell phones is what's doing it. I see so many people down the road with that cell phone like this. They're looking at their dang cell phone and driving. They're not really looking at the road. And that's why they should let you split lanes. They should allow, the state of Ohio, they should let you split lanes. I had a cop get mad at me one time because at the red light, what I did was I pulled in between. I wasn't driving through it. It's when I came to my stop, I always pull in between two cars, and the cop pulled up behind me, tooted his horn at me, he goes, "Hey, there's no lane splitting here in Ohio. What are you, from California?" I'm like, "Hey, I don't want somebody to rear end me because they're on their stupid cell phone. It's a safety thing. It's a safety thing for me." And it's just stupid that they don't let you split lanes. California they do, and there's no problem. Out in California, it is against the law in California to split lanes, but they don't. No cop is ever going to bother you because they're all doing it too. And I rode out there, and I was fine. But I don't know. They'll probably never do it here. But I did notice something here that makes me laugh. All these young sport bike riders got gear on, and they got a helmet on, full face helmet. All the Harley drivers got a rag on their head. And even my kids looked at that. It's like, man, I'm not getting on a motorbike without a hat on. You can forget it. Because I was in a motorcycle accident in the Philippines, and I'm not kidding you. You think you can catch yourself? Next thing I know, the first thing that hit the ground was right here. And it took a big horking hole out of the front of my Shoei helmet. I had a Shoei 2000, $500 helmet. It ate a hole this big in it, and my neck was sore for a month. I had the worst case of sore neck you wouldn't believe. But if I wouldn't have had a helmet on, that'd have been the end of me, guys. You wouldn't be watching this right now. And I don't ride without the gear on. When I was in California, I had my full Kevlar suit on. I wore it every day. I even had one of the old timers going, "Man, you're the only guy I ever know that you wear that suit religiously." I says, "Yeah, of course I am." I had the boots. I had the whole deal. I went down to Sport Tech, and I bought their Kevlar motorcycle suit with the tri-armor. It had this tri-armor. It's kind of like a Stretch Armstrong. If the guy said, "I'm going to show you something," and he showed other people's armor, and you could punch this, and what it does is it spreads it out over the whole pad, and it had this metal corner thing, and the other armors you could just hit it real light. Well, you could take a full swing at his armor, and I says, "I'm taking it." It was expensive. I paid like $1,800 for that suit, but the dude was really cool. He had a really good product, and I said, "I'm getting that," because, I just thought that was the best stuff since sliced bread. That was a great stuff, and it was just like a Stretch Armstrong. So if you did get banged real hard, and I bought the full shield. It had it all over, all down the shins, the knees. I mean, I looked like the Hulk. I looked like I weighed 350 pounds in that damn thing, but what a suit. And it's in the Philippines. I think I couldn't bring it back. It's heavy. But it was not hot at all. It's like a screen door. I mean, if you held it up, you could look through it. But very abrasive resistant. And he also had one that was made out of, what's that stuff? The Near Cordura you could buy that was a lot cheaper. It was like $800 cheaper, but I went with the Kevlar one. But the dude that sold it to me, a bunch of my buddies and I, we went down to the place, and he demonstrated all the stuff. And he says, I got one that'll fit you. He says, we made it for a guy, and he never came. If he comes back, just have to make him another one. I got one, and it fit perfect. He showed me how to put it on, and I bought all the liners too. I bought the rain liner, the winter liner. I bought the whole damn thing. And once I learned how to put it on, it became real easy to put it on. It was a fantastic suit. And when I would leave Victorville, there's ice on the ground. When I'd be riding into work. I mean, it was freezing cold, and I was toasty warm in that suit. It had like a real good insulated material. I forget what he called it. He says, "Oh, this is the best insulated material that they make," and that's what I put in my unit. It looked like one of them Chinese coats they got. And the only thing that would get cold was my hands. But on the Buell, I had the heated grips. So what I did was I bought a pair of these Gore-Tex mittens, and that worked out fine. My hands would be toasty. My hands actually would get sweaty in those damn things. Those were really nice. I don't think they'd be very good on abrasion resistance if I would have fell down, but it was just a little bit too cold up there. And then going home in the afternoon, 95 degrees. So, but I had pretty good motorcycle gloves, fingerless ones that I used to wear. But I just loved riding out there. Mojo. Only Cavalier? What do you mean Cavalier? I don't get what you mean, Muju. Cavalier? The only Cavalier I know is a little Chevy car. One thing I get a kick out of the state of Ohio, in the state of Ohio, it's legal to carry a sword cane. Did you know that? And their knife laws are just totally relaxed in this state. I thought that was pretty cool. The only thing I worry about around here is dogs. When I was riding a motorcycle the one day, I saw a couple of Rottweilers, no collars, just running loose, and they seen me, and they started beelining them. I just hit the gas, and they didn't even get within 20 yards of me. But I was like, they got loose. Somehow they got out. And I just saw a buddy of mine sent me a YouTube video where the guy was in his yard watering. He's out in his yard watering the lawn, and this dog, it got away from the guy. The guy was walking his dog, and it pulled loose from the guy, and just attacked this guy and bit the heck out of him. And why? The dog just decided he didn't like him. I don't know what the deal was, and they were showing, a bunch of people were trying to pull this dog off of this fella, and he had a camera in the front of his house, and he was bloody. I mean, he was ripped to shreds. He couldn't hardly even walk, and they finally got the dog off of him. But this kind of stuff can happen in the blink of an eye, and having a sword cane that can come into fast action. I had one in the Philippines. You're not allowed to use it there, but I'll have another one. There's no doubt about it, because they come in awful handy. And in the state of Ohio, look it up yourself, guys. You can have one here. It's a shame that there's places that say you can't have one, but there's places that do that. California, my goodness, they're so afraid of their own shadows. I had a guy one time, I had a big knife on my belt. It was a cold steel, and it had a pretty good sized blade, and this guy walked up, "What are you carrying that knife for?" "I'm scared of that knife." I said, "Well, if you're scared of it, what are you doing coming up to me?" And he called the police on me. He called the police. The cops told him, "Look, man, he can carry a knife if he wants to carry a knife. What's the matter with you?" "They shouldn't be allowed to." Well, I'm not allowed to defend myself. They just want to be these people. They're just sheeple out there in California. That was one place that I lived there for 8 years, and I'll be honest with you, I hated it. Like I just got so sick and tired of these liberals. And the bad thing is they're moving out of the state of California, and they're bringing their disgusting liberal ideas to all these other states. And they're going to vote. And they're going to bring the same crap hole that they came from to the other states. That, to me, just is not cool. Not cool at all. But, you run into all kinds of people. We had a woman one time. We had an earthquake, and she threw this big fit because she said, "Oh, the thing almost opened and could have hit me in the head." Well, ma'am, these light fixtures, they have safety cables all over them. There's no way they could fall down. "Well, you need to fix that because it could have fallen on my head." And this woman was throwing a big fit, and she was a bigwig, and they come and told us, "Hey, you need to go fix that." No, he ain't fix it. There's no fix it. There's no fixing that. Those things are tied up like you wouldn't believe. She just was some kind of purple-haired nut, a diversity hire. I think she was Kamala's buddy. Very, very. That was the strangest place. And you lived there for too long. I was afraid I was going to get like them, so I got out when the getting was good. I got a little bit of I got a $500 kicker on my pension. The whole
Look how thick.
Oh, look at that. Hey, guys, look what my sweetie's making. Look at my little baby. She's making bookmarkers. She's into the knitting, and she learned it all by herself
It's
online. Crochet, sorry. You gotta learn how to knit, too.
Yours
We gotta get this old machine
sock
fixed up.
monkey. Yeah.
She made me a sock monkey when I go to the hospital, so I have company, because they're not going to be able to come and visit me because we don't have a car. But there's my, hello, how are you? It's kind of, he's going to be hard to find because he's all camel, but my wife says it's a Huggy Wuggy, but it's a sock monkey, right, Dorothy?
She's not here. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Where's my
But
sock?
she made me that to take to the hospital with me, so I'm going to take that with me. So to keep me company while I'm there. It's a real bummer. They said you can have anybody there you want, but I'm going to be in there for 3 weeks, and no vehicle. There's no car, so I'll be missing them kids something fierce. Let's see, flea market in Southern Ohio, Rogers tomorrow. All kinds of people, awareness, sidearm. That's a long way away, Southern Ohio, because I'm in Northern Ohio. Wearing. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I take mine everywhere I go, guys. I carry that and the knife, and I don't think nothing of it. I was at Walmart the one day, and I couldn't believe how many people. I know what to look for, and there was a lot of folks were carrying. I saw this one woman. She was pretty hefty. Just looked like a real sweetheart, though. She looked like she was a super nice lady, and she had a sidearm on. She was reaching up to get something on the shelf, and her shirt pulled up, and she wasn't carrying no toy. She was carrying a 45. I was like, I kind of like that girl, but I don't have a problem with people carrying. And you get these people saying, "Oh, Trump, he's going to have everybody in the world carrying a firearm." Well, you know something? If everybody's carrying, it's a very polite society. You're not going to get in anyone's face because nobody wants to get shot. I'm not going to get in anyone's face. I don't do that anyway. But I don't get why people have such a phobia over firearms. And I'm not kidding you. I take mine. If I go outside, it's on. I got it. I got the dang thing. I love those pistols. I had one when I was in California, and I said I got to get another one because I have the Beretta 9mm, and I'm not kidding you. We could stand back at 100 yards, and they had this big abutment thing and a brick on there. These bricks, and we could hit those bricks. I could hit that brick 8 out of 10 times from 100 yards away with that pistol. That just was a fantastic shooting pistol, and I just loved it. I kept it real clean, and I went and got another one. I got the exact same model that I had before, and then I always carry a knife too, because sometimes, if you're in close with somebody, they can get a hold of your pistol, but ain't nobody gonna grab a knife, But it's, to me, the only bad thing I don't like about this knife that I bought, it's really hard to get it out of the sheath. They tout that they got this wonderful sheath and all this. Well, you know what? The sheath is a piece of crap. I'd like to go down to the Amish and have them make me a nice sheath for this thing, because it's harder than hell. You got to use 2 hands to get it out of its holster. It's locked in there so tight. I'm gonna have to get in there, take it apart, and take a file and file down the little teats on it that are holding it in. And it's going to mess the handle up. It's that tight. I mean, the first time I tried, I couldn't get it out. I couldn't get it out because my hand is not real good. So I wound up loosening up the screws on it. Now I can get the dang thing out, but then the screws fall out. So I had to put a little bit of Loctite on them. and left them loose. But I'm going to get in there and I'm going to file the little things on it. I'm going to file them out a little bit so that it comes out a little bit easier. I mean, I don't want it falling out on me, but I want to be able to get it out of the damn holster. And like I say, the company, they tout that it's the best knife holding thing, and it comes apart and all this. And I'm thinking, you guys, what a piece of crap. I hate it. I hate the dang thing. It's a beautiful knife, though. I'll show it to you.
It's very, very
But
sharp.
look at this. That's how hard I got to pull, but that's a very nice knife. I like that it's nice and heavy. But these little tits in there, see those little tits? I gotta file them down. I'm gonna take them down a little bit because this is absolutely ridiculous how hard it is to get out of here. Like I say, if you don't have two hands to get on it in a hurry, and you don't need that, sometimes you need to just whip that baby out. You know, I hope I never need it. Yeah, Mojo, I'm getting around a lot better than I was. I actually, for the first time, I went to doctor's appointments over at this new hospital that I didn't take my walker, the walking thing, and my goodness, I did a ton of walking, and that was the first time. So, but I was pretty sore and beat to death. But the kids and I, we've been going out walking at night, and I just got my walking stick with me. I'm not taking the walker thing anymore. So I am definitely getting better than I was. The only thing, I still have so much problem with my hands. And they say that I got this blotch. It was this big, and now they say it's only this big, and they said it's gonna be gone. It's gonna be just a short period of time, and you're gonna be back to your old self. And so I'm hoping they're right, because this really blows. I mean, I can't even hold a screwdriver. I wanna do some stuff to the motorcycle. I want to get that center stand on it and get all the stuff done on it, and I can't. I just can't do it. I can't get my hand to grip anything. The left hand is way better. See, I can make. Hold on here. Why this is falling over? Oops. There. Oh shoot. But my left hand, I can make a fist with. But my right hand, that's as far as I can go. That's it. So it's a real bummer. And then on the motorcycle, boy, I'll tell you what. Faye and I, we had to do grocery shopping, and we made a couple trips back and forth, filling up that big green bag I got, getting fruit and stuff for the kids, and it was kind of heavy stuff. And man, I got home, I was getting Charlie horses in here, locking my hand up, and man, it was driving me nuts. I'm glad it wasn't in both hands, driving me nuts. I gotta move the phone closer because I can't see worth a crap anymore. But we had a pretty good day today, huh, Maddie?
Mm-hmm.
Going to the park. They got this up on the. It's a little bit of a walk, and so we just took the bicycles over there, and boy, they got all kinds of cool stuff at that park. And the kids, they got a climbing thing. Faye even climbed up on that thing. It's like a big rope thing that you can climb up. And they got some really good slides over there and this big spinny thing. And the kids, they were like, "What park are we gonna go to?" So we just went to both of them. We went to the big one, and then we rode our bikes around, and we went to the small one. Because there's a small one right around the corner, and they like that one too. They run around and act all crazy. Hey, handsome.
Hi.
He made himself some Lego glasses. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, this kid loves his Lego stuff. He does a pretty good job, I have to admit. He builds his castle, and then he tears it down, and then he builds it again. Of course, he's got a mess all over the living room floor. But hey, he's creative. He is a really creative kid. But when he built that thing, I was like, "Hey, you did a real good job." And then he tore it all apart. He tore the whole thing apart. I said, "Hey, what you tear it apart for?" "I'm gonna build it again." And then he built a different one. So he's really a sweet kid, I'll tell you. We're very fortunate. The good Lord blessed us with some fantastic children. My beautiful little Maddie and Dorothy. Just so blessed having these little guys and having them at a little bit of an older age. It's just really nice. You love your papa? Uh-huh. And they do. I love walking in the door and getting swamped. If I come in from my doctor's appointment or something, they just dogpile my butt. And that's nice. It's a great feeling. All the things that are going through my mind just disappears when that happens. So yeah, Mojo, we're gonna when all this chemo stuff is over, we have a year lease here. So it's going to be next June. I got to do one more winter here. Plus, I got all the stuff with the chemo and all the stem cell and all this crap. And then after that, we're heading down south. I'm not going to do any more winters. Everything just hurts on me in the winter. Back hurts, my hands hurt. I'm just not cut out for the cold. That's why I love the Philippines so much. I love the heat over there. Now here, we had a couple times here where you'd come from outside and it was hotter in this apartment because we're third floor, and there's no insulation between the roof. And we got cathedral ceilings here. I don't know if you can see that, but there, you could probably see it better from here. Let's see. And it was just murder. The difference in temperature from here to down by my feet is about 10 degrees. I mean, it just got real hot. We had to run the air conditioner. And there's some days we just had to. Now, it was only like that for a day or two. And since then, it's been pretty cool here. We're not really getting a summer. We got a lot of rainy days here, just constant drizzle and cloudy. So, we're not getting a bad one. So we haven't run the air conditioner a whole lot. But I definitely want to go south. I want to go down there, and we'll be around our buddy Ronald down there, and I'll find a nice place. I can get the VA loan, and I can't believe how many houses. My price range max is going to be about 60,000. I don't want to go over that, and it'll be like paying rent. And there's so many nice places for that. I was shocked. I got on that Zillow and was looking around, and some of them are full of stuff, the furniture and everything. They had the one woman, she did a walk through the house, and she said this was old timers, and they went to live with their son, and they're leaving everything. There was even food. There was food in the cupboards. There was toilet paper in the bathrooms and stuff, towels. They were living there, and they just left with the shirt on their backs, and they just left everything there. And I guess the kids don't want it, and they wanted that one. They wanted 67 for, But I was thinking, man, you could just move right into that one. Everything's there. Hey, Wes, how you doing, buddy? Hey, there's my buddy Wes. Hey, good to hear from you. How you doing down there in Nicaragua? But yeah, there was a lot of nice places, and I can get the VA thing. They go over and look the house over really good, and that's good, Wes. Glad to hear it. You're an old farmer now, aren't you? But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting down where we're getting some warm weather. I know they get some tornadoes and stuff down there, but we'll make sure we find a nice place. I want to find a place that's just like a ranch, one story. I don't want any two-story house, just a one story. And I can't believe how many. I mean, we saw houses down there for 20 grand. Now they weren't like the best shape, but hey, we can teach the kids how to fix things up. Nope, no more snow. I don't want to be in this cold weather. It's just this last winter, my hands hurt so bad. I mean, they were just burning. They hurt so bad. And it wasn't even the cold. We had to, they claimed this was the mildest winter they had here. And the kids liked it, making angels in the snow and snowmen, all that kind of stuff. But if I want the cold weather, I can always stick my head in the freezer. I don't want to do this cold anymore. And I think down there we could have, we can do a lot of hunting and fishing and stuff. The kids are doing really good. Mumu walked out today. I had him shooting at a big milk jug, and then I got a orange juice jug. It's a lot smaller. It's only a quart. And he popped off the first two shots. Boom, boom. He nailed it. You know, so the kids are doing really well with the BB gun, and they're being real safe with it. You have to teach them. You have to teach them. The kids who wind up shooting themselves is because their parents aren't teaching them. They're saying it's a bad thing. Don't touch that. No, I'm going to teach them. We even had the cop was watching us the one day. There was something went on down the street. He came up and he stopped, and he was friendly as could be. These cops around here don't seem like they're bad fellas. And but the kids were doing really good. Dorothy's doing good. Maddie's fantastic. I mean, it's a rarity that he misses. So we're getting smaller and smaller targets for him. The next one I want to do is get a tennis ball or something, and we hang it from a string. We got it hanging on a tree from a string. And I like the milk jugs because when you hit them, they make a nice noise, so you know you got a good hit. All right, Mojo, you take care, buddy. But I'm glad they're learning how to shoot. And we get down there, we'll be doing some hunting and some fishing. I still want to get a shotgun, and I was looking at that Savage that they got, and Remington's got, they've got another real nice one too that's not too expensive, and just get a cylinder bore. I just don't like the idea of like rabbits or something because you're putting all that lead in them, and you're eating it. I always liked when we were hunting rabbits out in California. We were shooting them with a 9mm. Take the handgun. I had one time. It was running straight away from me, and I hit him right in the back of the head. Took the whole top of his head off right here, and I threw him in my bag. Well, his last impulse he had was to run, so every couple minutes it would start running in my backpack. I was like, holy cow, this thing's head's blown completely off. But a big jackrabbit. But we had a bust a cap hunting club. And so those guys, I'll tell you what, my two buddies that I hunted with, boy, those guys were some fantastic shots. They were really good. Me, I missed more than I hit, that's for sure. But those guys were, if you heard them shoot, they had them. That one fellow, Rich, Filipino guy, and Link, they were some fantastic shots. It shocks you when you see somebody shoot that good. So I thought I was good. These guys made me look silly, but good fellas. We used to go up to the desert and had a lot of fun hunting them, and coyotes. We had one of them wiggler things where you take a jackrabbit hide and you put it on top of this wiggler and it squeals. And then, boy, them coyotes come in and we just started peppering the crap out of them coyotes. My buddy had one of them, he had an AR that had the night vision system on it. And those things would come in and he was just popping them right and left. And they just stand there and let you shoot them. They're about as dumb as a rock, them coyotes. And I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to get a pile of them after you. I would never go out in the desert by myself. And I definitely wouldn't go out unarmed because those dang things, I would imagine they could come after you. And what are you going to do? But we used to sit up on top of this big hill and we'd put that wiggler out about 200 yards away. And, it had a squeal. It had like a little rabbit squealing, and it would wiggle. Every now and again it would stop, and then it would wiggle again like that. And them coyotes, boy, they'd come running in. They're full tilt. And I just used my 9. I got pretty good at nailing them. But yeah, we used to go out. Heck, it was almost every weekend we went out to the desert, and you'd never run out of coyotes. I'm telling you, there's so many of them out there. You think there's nothing out there in the desert? Baloney. There's all kinds of critters. My buddy brought his dog one time, and you can't believe how many jackrabbits are out there. And you can't see them. I mean, they're just masters at disguise. You basically can walk right on them, and then they'll bust out running. But he brought his dog the one time, and my goodness, that dog was going nuts. There were so many of them, and they are fast, guys. Jackrabbit. One time I was coming up to my buddy's place, and his jackrabbit ran out in front of me, so I stepped on the gas, and he pulled away from me, and I was doing about 35, and as fast as I could go on that road. But man, he was cooking. They're really something. I guess they got to be, or they're going to get ate. But yeah, we had lots of fun out there in the desert. I used to bring my dirt bike out there all the time and ride. I had that XR 650. That was I don't care what anyone says. That is a great bike for a novice like me. I'm not any kind of super rider. I see guys out there that are going a hell of a lot faster than me, but I had a blast on it. I mean, I could get the thing up to like 60 or 70. And then you get one of these guys on one of these super duper dirt bikes past me doing about 95. You know? But their suspension on those bikes are so much better than mine was. And then I bought a used one from a guy that he did the suspension on it. And I couldn't believe how fast you could go on that thing. It was really cool. That dang thing was really nice. And I was thinking of doing that to mine. I thought, nah, I'll just leave it stock. I'll just, because it did give you a nice ride. When you were on the streets and stuff and hit bumps. It's just like this KLR I got right now. That damn thing, it bumps. What bumps? It's like driving a Lincoln. I love that dang thing. The only thing I don't like about it, it is top heavy. And my legs aren't as strong as they used to be. And I got my dang foot hooked on the heel. I was wearing a different pair of shoes the one day, and we almost went over. I just got my foot down in time, and I was like, holy mackerel! And once it starts going over, you ain't stopping it. It is a top heavy bike. I can't believe it, but you don't see them around here. I have never. My brother's got one, but I've never seen another one around here. But I like it because it's big. I fit on it real nice. It's got the best seat. I'm not kidding you. I've never had a motorcycle other than the Honda 750 that had a seat as good as this one. You can ride on that thing all day. And it doesn't scrunch you. It's not leaned forward. It's a big, beautiful seat on there. Now, they got the S model, which is a little bit lower. And I sat on that one, but you know what? I didn't like the seat. I was thinking, man, the first thing you'd have to do is change that seat out. Because they made the seat, to make it lower. But what I got on mine, if you're not real tall, it's definitely not the bike for you. If you're like 5'8", you can forget that bike. You can absolutely 100% forget it. But I did see the guy at the dealership. It was so funny. He said, "Hey, look, I got to take it for a test drive, because he got it prepped and ready for me." And I said, "Okay." And he jumped up on it while it was on the kickstand. And he threw his foot over and he fired it up. And he drove it off the kickstand and turned completely around. I was going, man, this guy is a master motorcycle rider. Long, hairy-looking dude and stuff. And, of course, he had a Harley in the back and all that. But that dude was one hell of a rider. I couldn't have done that. I'd have fell over. But it was so cool how he drove out of the place because he had no room at all. He just cut that thing. But the bike does turn unbelievably well. I was coming out into the street, and I didn't want to go out into the far lane. And I just cut the wheel, and that thing, it just took that corner beautifully. I was like, wow, it surprised me how well it took the corner. And it's a pretty neat bike. It's just I got to get physically better. That's all there is to it. Because when Maddie and I were riding it last year, I wasn't having any problems with it at all, none. And then I got this dang bone cancer, and just everything in my world changed, guys. It just was not good at all. Yeah, well. So what's going on, guys? But guys, if you're going to get any kind of intercom system for your bike, don't feel bad of buying that model I got. I'll show you which model I got. I'm going to take the phone with me this time. Oh, it's right here. It's inexpensive. There's what I got right there.
They're useless.
It's an inexpensive model, but I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed how well it works. So don't feel bad about getting one of them. They're not expensive. It was like $40, $40 for that. And I like that my helmet, everything snaps out of it real easy install, and tuck it in the back. There's a little lip around the back, so instead I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna have to duct tape it over the top or something like that. No, you don't have to. You can fit it down in that. There's like a little space there. I think they do it on purpose, just for a wire, and you can poke that in. It stays there. It's not coming out. So, but don't feel bad if that's the inexpensive. They had some that were a lot more expensive, and got all this range and all this kind of crap, and I'm like, nah. I went for the cheap one because I got money to blow on that stuff really. I shouldn't, but it just sucks when we're riding the motorcycle. We can't talk to each other. This way we can talk to each other, and it's automatic. You don't got to touch anything. You just talk. Just set it to intercom, and leave it there. I don't want to listen to the radio. It's got a radio feature where you can, it ties into the Bluetooth on your phone and you can listen to music. When I'm riding a motorcycle, I don't want to listen to music. I want to hear the bike. I'm not into jamming on the tunes on the motorcycle. I just, I see these guys a lot of times. These guys on a Harley, they got their big speakers blaring while they're riding. I ain't into that. I want to hear the bike. I want to hear everything about that bike and listen to the tires and listen to everything that's going on. And plus, the one thing about this bike I have to say too, that is, it's really nice. It's got the best mirrors I've ever had on any bike. Any bike I've ever owned, I've always had to do something with the mirrors. Not this one. This one, you look in the mirrors, you can see behind you good as can be. Hey, handsome?
You want a sandwich?
No, I'm good, buddy. You have one.
Bagel sandwich?
No, you have one. But the mirrors on it are absolutely fantastic. They're just perfect for me. There's no blind spot, and I'm telling you what, I think it's a really good bike. I think it's it's just me that's the problem right now. My legs aren't as strong as they used to be. I got chicken legs now. But we'll do some riding. Faye loves it. She told me the other day when we were going back and forth to the store, she says, I really like this bike, because it's so smooth. We go over bumps and she's not getting her ass beat all to hell. She says, man, I really like this thing. And yeah, it's a super nice bike, and it's big. That's what's really nice about it. I don't look stupid. When I had my Sportster, everybody used to tease me, oh, you look big and stupid on that thing. I'm like, yeah, I guess so, because that was a small bike. But that one, what I did to that one the day I got it, it was an 883, and I had them put the 1200 jugs on it before I even drove it home. It was $1,500. So instead of buying a 1200 for $12,000 for 9, I got basically the same thing, except it was a 5-speed instead of a 6, and that thing cooked. That little bike. I had a buddy with a 1350 Kawasaki, and I would get him light to light all the time. And he was like, man, what, little 883, I can't believe that. And I never told him it had the 1200 jugs on it. You can't tell. There's no way you can tell. And that thing I put a lot of miles on it. I put 98,000 miles on that bike. I was driving it to work every day, and just a super nice bike. I did like it. I never had any problems. Fuel injected. Never had any problems with that bike. Yeah, Wes, I gotta get me some chicken socks. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm telling you what, I got a built-in wingsuit now. I got granny flaps and everything else now. Oh, it seemed like I lost 90 pounds. 90 pounds is what happened to me, and it went off quick. I mean, it went off in a matter of about 2 months, and I got weak to where I couldn't even walk. It just was a terrible mess, and I'm glad the VA got me in there and get me fixed up. You know, when you get something like this, it's like, holy crap, what are you gonna do? And I had to go that route. You know, I had to go the chemo route. I'm lucky my hair didn't fall out, but it turned my hair black. You know, it changed my hair color because I got a picture of me sitting. The first day I went in for chemo, Faye was with me, and she took a picture of us, like a selfie picture of us, and my hair was pure, just about pure white. And then after so long of the chemo, my hair got darker. So even on here a little bit. But they tell me when I get the stem cell, all my hair is going to fall out. And I did see some. I saw a real nice lady in there. She's about 38 years old, I would say, and all her hair was gone. You know. Well, that's what happened. That sucks. It really sucks that you gotta take a dang medicine that is so caustic to your system that all your hair falls out. That sucks. But I'm with the program on it. I'm kind of. I guess I just gotta do it.
Ahoy, matey!
Could I see those?
Him and his Lego sunglasses.
Anytime.
Well, I gotta get me a little slurp of coffee here, guys.
No. Do they close?
That was really nice. My buddy got me
I
that
could
cup.
sell you this for
My buddy Gary out there in the Philippines bought me that cup, and I like the green. It matches the motorcycle. I just that's my favorite color is green. Let's see, Wes. It had nothing to do with the chemo. It was the stress. Is that what makes your hair fall out, Wes? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. I have to honestly say, when it comes to the chemo, I know a lot of people get really sick. I met a lady at the first hospital at Southwest. She was just going through a pickle. She wound up giving up and she passed away.
I'm
What?
trying to sell these.
Don't sell them. You're not allowed to sell those.
I'm just gonna sell them for $1.
Okay, but she kind of gave up. But me, I've been pretty lucky. I didn't really get super sick from the chemo. When I get the chemo, I actually feel better. But I had for a while there, I was getting like the third day after chemo, I got to where I couldn't walk or couldn't do anything, and they said it was because the steroids. I came off the steroids and they dropped really low, so they gave me prednisone. Where the next day I take two, and then the next day I take two, and then one and one, and then that hasn't happened to me at all yet. I haven't had any of that weakness anymore. No turning white to brown. Oh, you mean my hair? I don't know, but look at it. It turned dark. I was thinking it was some pretty expensive hair dye. I don't know, but I think I'm more fortunate than most because they always ask me, how's your stomach feel? You got diarrhea, you got this and that, and I'm like, no, I don't. I don't have everything. I got my little pill minder over here. They give me. I mean, I got a lot of pills. A lot of them are basically vitamins, though, and I take them like I'm supposed to, and I don't have anything. The only thing I get is I get a bad taste from the calcium ones. I get these bad burps from it. Because, and those things, if you put them on your tongue and they start dissolving, they taste absolutely horrible. And that's the only thing. Oh, hey, Island Tracker, it was fantastic. I didn't know she was going to have it done so quick. It was basically all it is it's ground meat. She puts onions, garlics, hot peppers, and then cabbage. And she cooks that up, and you put it over rice, and I'll eat rice with that, and it's good. I mean, everybody here loves it. I mean, we garbage that stuff up. There's never any leftovers of that. I'll eat a couple plates of that stuff. Yeah, Wes, it definitely it's back to its natural color. But look at that. I didn't know what it was. I didn't think it was stress because I didn't know. I guess I was stressed out a little bit. You know, it's a big worry because I think about the kids all the time, and I know Dorothy's little friend. The father was out in the yard and he came in and said he wasn't feeling too good and he went in and lay down and he got what did they say killed him, heat exhaustion, and he passed away. And I feel bad for that little girl. That's Dorothy's little buddy, and nice fella. And he went in, laid down in the bed, and never woke back up. So he didn't make it, and I feel bad for that little girl. You know, growing up without a daddy, that would really suck. I hope I'm around a good while, but they seem to think they got it. You know, they're gonna do this big scan here coming up. They're going to make sure they want to make sure before they give me the stem cells that they got it all, and there's no holdouts anywhere. Because they said if there's holdouts, then you got to take the chemo a little bit longer. They don't want to do the stem cell until then. So, yeah, well, they're all here now, buddy. I'm glad they're all here. I got some beautiful babies, and I love them to death. There's no doubt about it. There's some, and they're you know something. They're good kids. I have to honestly say, you know, it's not just because I'm their dad. They are really good kids. I ask them to do something, they jump right up and do it. There's no muss, there's no fuss. They're happy. They're smiling all the time. They're doing really good in school. I was shocked when we got to see their report cards. I mean, just straight A's. Teachers love them. You know, I thought I was going to have trouble with Moo because he can be, he can be something. He could be a real pickle, that little guy. But they love him to death. At school, he's very disciplined, and he loves school. They all like it, and they don't want to go back to the Philippines. I mean, they come right out and said, Maddie, he's like, I ain't going back. He says, you can forget that. You know, so, and they got it pretty good here. I'm looking forward to getting down south though. You know, I wish that it could happen sooner than it's gonna, but we have a lease here, and I'm not gonna walk out on the lease. So, you know, we'll stay here until June, and then we'll pack it up and head on down. You know, find a house down there we can rent for a little bit, then find a house. You know, I got the VA, you know, the GI Bill for the housing, and they'll come look it over real good. And there's some of them on there. I looked, it said GI approved already, right on the little write up on the house. So, and you know, they're well within my price range. You know, my price range is a maximum of 60. That'll keep my payment down. So, oh, I don't know what's happening, buddy. I don't know. I didn't know that it was breaking up. I'm not hearing too many airplanes going right now. They switched the runway over here. They were taking off and going that way. Now they're going that way. We don't even see the planes anymore. They're in behind the trees. They're using a whole different runway now than they were before. So we're not losing our internet. But before, the planes would take off close. I mean, right here. And then when they would make their turn to the right to head west, we'd lose the internet. I don't know if the planes were causing it or not, but we would lose the internet every time they did that. Yeah, I definitely not stressed out as much right now, Wes. Uh, it's nice to have the babies here and take them to the park and go do a bunch of stuff with them. You know, I'm a little bit older now, and it's just a blessing to have them. You know, they're just sweet kids. You know, they're they're so cute. They always want to help me down the stairs and stuff. I laugh at that. No, I'm okay, guys. I'll be all right. But they don't want me to fall down there. You be careful, Papa. So they're they're just great kids. That's all there is to it. I can't believe good Lord blessed me so much with these guys. Yeah, Alan Tracker, you're right about that. They're good babies, and I'm hoping I can be around a long time for them. That's for sure. And from what they're telling me down there, other than the kidneys not coming back as fast, they said, "Man, you're really responding well to this." And that biopsy they did, they said they couldn't find any. They actually had to get some kind of special scanning stain to find less than 1%. But they're gonna scan me anyway. And I made up my mind I'm gonna stay up all night so I can crash because it's really hard for me to lay flat on my back with this bone sticking out. And hopefully I get through the damn thing. And if everything comes out all right with that, they'll do that, and they say I should be good for quite a long time. And I hope so. I really hope so. Nothing else goes wrong. But I definitely am getting my strength back. The other day when I was at that hospital, I couldn't believe how far I had to walk. That hospital is huge, and you have to walk from one end to the other. It was just zigzag back and forth to all these appointments I had. And of course, it was something. By the end of the day, I was beat. I was just beat to heck. But that was actually the first day I didn't have that walker. Most of the time, I was taking my walker with me, and I thought, nah, I don't need it this time. There you go, Paulie. Yeah, my little Matty, he's the best kid. I'm telling you what, he's a super kid. There's no doubt about it. He got his long hair going, got his hat, and hey, let him do it. Let him do his thing. He's a good kid. He's very respectful. He helped the little lady that he was outside riding his bike, and the little lady came in, and she's got a cane, and she had some groceries and stuff, and Maddie just ran up, carried her groceries in for her. She couldn't believe that. She was like, "Oh my goodness," and that's the kind of kid he is. He's just a great kid. He's very very respectful. Moo, he can be a pickle. He can be a real pickle. Some of the stuff he says, he's trying to be like he's an adult, and he's not. And sometimes he can be a little bit disrespectful, and I definitely don't like that. So, but he's coming around pretty good, to be honest with you. All right, Wes. 8:42. What do we got here? Oh heck, it's almost 11 here. Yeah, 15 minutes to 11 here. Well. Come on, guys. Who's voting for the camel? Who's ready to walk the mile for the camel? Guys, I am so shocked that they actually put her up, and there's people endorsing her, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, she's gonna get in for sure." And it's like, holy mackerel! Talk about a nitwit. Scary. I mean, it is absolutely scary that somebody like that could get as high as she got. But what are you gonna do? You got a bunch of people think she's great. There's some, these liberals out here. It seems like these kids that go to college, it's like they brainwash them in there. That's bad. I still think you're better off to get into a trade. You can start making big bucks right away. Go through like an ABC program. It is Pukuo. I don't know what that is, Wes. But you learn a trade, you're in good shape. Yeah, it's a coup. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, the old bite hole though. But talk about there's another one that's really messed up. That guy. Hi, sweetheart.
Hello there.
You like that chair?
Yeah.
That's a nice chair, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it sure is. It's nice and sturdy. It is. It's sturdy. My beautiful little sweetheart over there. Say hello.
Hello.
Hi. There's another sweet kid right there. Huh, Dorothy?
Yeah.
You my beautiful baby girl? Yeah, of course you are. She's the easy one to get her to laughing. All I gotta do is make a face at her and she's giggling. Yeah, I see you over there. Happiest little girl on the planet. Huh, Dorothy?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, well, it's really something with this woman that they got put up. I can't believe they put her up. You know. And like I said before, if she picks Hillary for her VP, I don't think she's long for this world. I really don't. It definitely wouldn't be good. But who knows? Maybe she'll get Big Mike. It's kind of scary. But if you watch these young kids though, and they it's like they don't use their brain. They listen to the mainstream media, and that's what they go with. They don't seem to do any kind of thinking on their own. They just tote the line of whatever the mainstream media says, and they're bought and paid for a long time ago, long time ago. These guys, you look at like these Lemonhead and all these people. That Lemonhead guy, he's really something. But I don't get it. I don't get. When I was young, I did some thinking for my own. I didn't just because the newsman said it so. I didn't buy all that crap. But these kids, they do. They're brainwashed in the colleges, and it's just scary. I actually feel bad for them. They've been duped and they don't even know it. And what are you going to do with them? I mean, they're gonna get out there and vote for Camel and say that she's the best thing since sliced bread. And
Oh.
it's terrible. It's just absolutely terrible. Oh well, that's the way she goes. Not much we can do about it. And I hope they don't try to do the same thing like they did last time
No.
and snatch it away from him. Because that one, when they said he got 81 million votes, I was like, get out of here. And then they found all these ballots that didn't even have a crease in them. How can they go through the mail if they weren't folded? And they counted them, and they were counting things in the middle of the night and closing all the blinds and everything like that. Come on, guys. That was and something, they got away with it once. They'll probably do it again. They'll probably do the same thing again. If it's even close, to me, it's even close because there aren't that many of these crazy libs. There can't be. I don't know. They say they're 50%. That's kind of scary. But I'm gonna let you guys go. It was nice yakking with all of you today. You all take care, and we'll get back at you next time. We'll do another live here coming up one of these days. So you take care.